If you're looking for a gaming PC and your budget is around $2,000 or under, this video is going to give you your best bang for your buck pre-built gaming PC options. We've spent thousands of hours benchmarking and reviewing many gaming PCs for you this year, so we've got some very helpful personal insight that's going to help you decide which one's right for you. We're going to share our likes and dislikes for each, and most importantly, their performance capabilities. The latest deals are always changing, so you want to bookmark this video because my top PCs list will be updated every few days as well. They'll be tagged directly on this video and linked in the comments and description. Also, for those of you watching on your TV, at any moment in this video, just click the up button on your remote and select that shop button. Clicking on any of those will pull up a QR code, scan that with your phone, and it'll take you to my full list of products from this video. This will ensure that you're getting the right PCs on my list, as there are many different versions of these computers. Or just scan the QR codes that'll be next to each computer in this video. Those will bring you to this video on your phone where you can purchase these exact products. I've also done full-length video reviews for some of these products that I mentioned, so I'll be linking you to those as well. These are our best picks for gaming PCs $2,000 and under. First up on my list, the HP Omen 40L with an i7-14700F CPU and 4070 Super GPU, 16 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, and an 800 watt power supply for only $1,550. I'm pretty excited to see a more mid-range PC like this one come down to more modest prices. This is somewhat of a blend between a gaming and professional looking creative desktop. Although if you're buying this as a creator and not a gamer, I recommend upgrading that RAM, which is a pretty easy thing to do. I actually did a full review on this one as well if you want a more thorough and complete breakdown on everything. Again, the exact configuration of the one that I reviewed is no longer available, but everything other than the performance section from that review will still apply to this PC. The performance of this HP Omen 40L will actually be 20% faster than the last one from my best of $1,000 video. These are the benchmark results with a very similar gaming PC, just with a 4070 rather than a 4070 Super. So this Omen 40L that you'll be getting will be faster than this. These tests were at ultra maximum graphic presets, which makes games look beautiful. You can expect about 5% more than those 1080p FPS, 10% more than those 1440p FPS, and 20% more than those 4K numbers. This is because a PC with a better GPU really shines at higher resolutions and shows what it's really capable of. One thing to keep in mind with HP Omen pre-builts though is that they use a proprietary motherboard, so you can't upgrade that later. Then adding up all the parts to DIY a similar PC, and you're only looking at about $100 difference, which is definitely worth the time saved and having the warranty of the computer as a whole being the responsibility of the brand versus troubleshooting which specific part is not working properly with a PC that you built yourself. Next, we've got the ABS Stratos Aqua, and like that HP Omen, also has an i7-14700F and 4070 Super. But this PC is not proprietary and actually is easily upgradable. I'm giving several great value options here at the beginning at this $1,500 range because there are quite a few ones that I don't think are going to stay in stock for that long, at least at these prices. This one has more of a traditional design with three 120mm intakes on the front, one exhaust on the back, and an open vent on the top. It's got a 750 watt power supply, which means it's got enough juice to upgrade to a 4080 Super in the future. This build also has 32 gigabytes of 6000 megahertz DDR5 RAM as well, which makes it great for content creation like 3D design, 4K editing, or motion graphics work. This one also includes extended holiday returns, which means you have all the way until January 31st to return it. That HP Omen had no such promise. Then only about $60 more than DIY on this one. If it were me, I'd go with this one more than that HP Omen, for one because it's a better deal and it's more easily upgradable. The next one that I recommend is the Alienware Aurora R16 with an i9-13900F and 4070 GPU. The Alienware Aurora series every single year for some reason always gets 3 to 4 times more views than any of my other reviews. I've also done a full review on the R16 if you want to go check that one out. I've actually benchmarked that PC at 3 different configurations. This test was done at 1080p. That top bar for each of these games is the closest version of the one that we're recommending on sale right now. The one you'll be getting is about 10% faster than these numbers for that top bar. At 1440p, you can expect about 5% faster than what you see here. And then at 4K, maybe about 2%, since this resolution puts a lot more pressure on the GPU and less on the CPU. If you're looking for FPS numbers closer to one of those other ones that I tested, then just click on that button at the top to purchase one of those. But if you get this one that's on sale, if you scroll down the customization list on this product page that my link takes takes you to, I actually recommend you select that 1000 watt PSU. This will allow you to easily upgrade your GPU in the future without having to replace this. That's one of the biggest downfalls with Alienware, is that it's harder to upgrade if you don't prepare for it in the beginning. And the reason for that is that, like HP, Alienware uses more proprietary parts to cut costs. And this one is about $70 more than a DIY equivalent. We do have a few great pre-builts to show you in that $2,000 range, but the last one that I'm going to show you in the $1,500 range is this Cooler Master HAF 5 Pro. It's also got an Intel i7-14700F CPU and a 4070 Super GPU. It's built with the HAF 500 case, which is an excellent case for this price point. It's got a unique but very effective cooling setup, as the front has two massive 200mm fans. This is pretty much unheard of. The average is 120, sometimes 140, never 200, so they big. Also beneath the GPU, it includes an adjustable fan that actually can be rotated from flat all the way to vertical. I also really like computers that actually give you access to your extra hard drives from the front, rather than the typical back, which is usually up against the wall. $1,550 right now is a pretty good deal. And this one also includes extended holiday returns. So you have until January 31st to return it if you get buyer's remorse. And you can see here that it's only about $100 more than building it yourself. Cooler Master is actually my #1 recommendation at this price point, above all the others that I just talked about. But I'm going to leave the other ones in this review because I'm pretty sure that this one is not going to stay in stock for that much longer. The next one that I recommend is the CyberPower Gamer Supreme with an AMD Ryzen 7 7800X 3D CPU and 4070 Super GPU. It literally just dropped $270 more as I'm scripting this video. It was $1,700 when I was collecting all of my favorites yesterday, and now only $1,430. And because of this insane deal, it's actually $100 cheaper than building it yourself, even with all of the cheapest parts. So I'm a little unsure how they're making any money on this PC. This price would normally make me put it at the beginning, but since I think this price is only temporary, I'm gonna leave it where it's been for the longest time. I actually did a full review on this exact PC with these exact same specs if you want a complete and thorough breakdown before making a purchase. Up until just very recently, the 7800X 3D CPU in this computer was the GOAT of all gaming PCs, but it's now been passed up by the 9800X 3D, but you can't actually even find one of those right now, at least not by itself. Here you can see the FPS that we got for each of these games at the highest ultra gaming presets. The only game that struggled at 4K was Cyberpunk, and even that could be fixed to get closer to 60 FPS with settings like DLSS or AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution. This is one of the best sellers at Best Buy, if not the best seller for this price range. One caveat though is that some customers that purchased it after June 2024 were saying that it was crashing on them. The problem has been identified by CyberPower, and there's a fix for those that have had that issue. I'll include a link on how to fix it in the description, but basically what it boils down to is a bad Windows update that was affecting some hard drives. I completely understand if that puts you off and you don't even want the possibility of addressing that fix later, but if it were me, I would not pass that deal up. And I would assume that new purchases of this PC would not have that Windows update pre-installed after all of that, but I can't say for sure. The next one on my list, the MSI Aegis R gaming PC, also with an i7, but this time with a 4070 Ti Super GPU. This one will be about 5 to 10% faster at 1080p, 10 to 15% faster at 1440p, and close to 20% at 4K. Yes, at higher resolutions, the GPU in this PC outperforms everything that I just showed you by 20%. This one has a more quality power supply as well, and it's actually modular, which means that when you replace the power supply, you can actually keep all of your cables in the computer, and you don't have to rerun anything if you replace it. And the DIY route here is actually $77 more than just getting the computer already pre-built for you. This next PC is where it starts to get really impressive. The Skytech King 95. This one with a 4070 Super and a 9800X 3D CPU. The newest GOAT of all gaming PCs. The one that I recently did a full review on had a 7800X 3D CPU and is now the old GOAT, but still pretty awesome. This is basically the only way that you can get a 9800X 3D CPU right now, is in a pre-built. These were the gaming benchmarks that I got with the 7800X 3D version. You can expect about 10% more than this at 1080p, 5% more than this at 1440p, and maybe about 0 to 2% more than this at 4K. This one also includes an 850 watt power supply, which if you plan to upgrade in the future, will give you enough power for a 4080 Super or maybe even a 4090 if you don't push it too hard. And currently it's about $100 less expensive to get this pre-built over the DIY route. If this computer sells out at this price, which I think it might, then another option with the same specs is the ABS Euros Ruby, but it's got slightly slower RAM and a less powerful power supply, so that will need to be replaced if you want to upgrade to 4080 Super or 4090. And speaking of a 4080 Super GPU, this version of the Alienware Aurora R16 actually has a 14th gen i9 and 4080 Super for just barely over $2,000. $2,000. You are not going to find many PCs with these specs priced this well. In my full review of that computer, one of the configurations that I did a full day of testing on was the i9-4090 version, which that one was quite a bit more expensive. But here are the FPS that I got with that one at ultra graphic presets at the 3 main resolutions. The 4080 Super version that I'm recommending right now though performs about 20 to 25% lower than the FPS numbers that you see here. More so about 10 to 15% lower when gaming at the 1080p resolution.
And this one will cost about $60 more than building it yourself.
Next, we've got the iBuyPower Y60. This one with an i9-14900KF and 4070 Ti Super GPU. It's $100 more expensive than that Alienware and technically about 10 to 15% slower, but let me tell you why I actually prefer that one over the Alienware. The Y60 uses all off-the-shelf parts. Nothing is proprietary, so it's incredibly easy to upgrade. It's built from the popular Height Y60 case, which is a very unique design, and the layout is something that I've always liked, and it has plenty of room for adding in extra components and especially for airflow, which is great for cooling. But if you're someone that doesn't care about any of that and you typically just toss your computer for a brand new one every few years, then yeah, that Alienware is going to be a better bet for you. And this iBuyPower pre-built is about $120 more expensive than DIY. And the final one that I recommend on this list, although over budget, is this AVGPC FrostFire Creator Series PC. This one also with a 4080 Super GPU and the previous CPU King, the 7800X3D. At 4K resolutions, this one will have similar FPS to the last ones that I showed you with 4080 Supers, but if you game at 1080p, you're looking at about 5 to 10% better FPS than those Intel i9 PCs. So this one's going to do really well for competitive gamers that need to have the smoothest and fastest gameplay as possible. FPS understandably means everything to them. And as we cross further into top tier gaming territory, this is where the cost difference to build it yourself makes just a little bit more sense. You could actually save $200 going the DIY route here. If you've already seen my accessories recommendations in the previous video and just want to check out my $3,000 pre-built recommendations now, then just fast forward to the end of this video where I point to that card and click on that. For gaming keyboards, if you want the best bang for your buck cheapest option that isn't horrible quality, I'd go with this SteelSeries Apex 3 for about $45. But if you want a serious high quality keyboard, go with the SteelSeries Apex 5. This one is a mechanical gaming keyboard that has a much more satisfying and tactile clickiness, which many gamers actually say makes them play better and makes movements, pickups, and attacks feel much more precise and accurate. It's also made out of longer lasting and high quality materials. For the best bang for your buck gaming mouse option, I would go with this Logitech 305 Lightspeed wireless gaming mouse. And for serious gamers, get the Logitech 502 Lightspeed wireless gaming mouse. This one is awesome. And if you really want everything to match and have it the same brand, then I'd get the Logitech G502 carbon mechanical gaming keyboard. And for gaming headphones, I would get these Logitech Pro X gaming headphones if on a budget, but the X2s if you want the best gaming audio experience. Now for gaming monitors, the one that I have and actually use every day is the LG UltraGear 32-inch OLED. But OLED is really expensive. This one is just as much as that $1,000 computer that you just bought. I've also done a full review on that one if you want to check it out. So for most of you, you're going to want this non-OLED LG UltraGear 27-inch with 1920 by 1080p resolution for $150. And for those that want bigger and higher resolution and can actually afford it after all of these other accessories, you're going to want this LG 32-inch UltraGear with 1440p resolution and HDR10, which gives it much better contrast, color, and brightness. Remember, if you do decide to purchase any of the products that I mentioned, then please remember to purchase with my View Products tag directly on this video or one of my QR codes or affiliate links in the comments and description below, as I get a small commission at no cost to you for every single purchase made. And it's actually a major factor in keeping this channel going and getting better and better for you. If you're a little underwhelmed with the gaming PCs even at this level and you want to step it up a notch and you have a bigger budget, then check out my video for the best gaming PCs under $3,000. You can also check out my playlist for my full gaming PC reviews or check out my best gaming PCs of the year review, which is currently the most viewed video in the world for that search term. Also make sure to like, comment, and subscribe with notifications turned on to stay up to date with all of my latest tech and gaming PCs. Thanks for watching, guys. God bless.